The basic mission of Alpha is to provide quality, low-cost childcare and early education for low-income families in St. Louis.
A lot of times other daycares are looking at meeting minimum guidelines and requirements and aren't able or ready to jump through some of the hoops it takes to get assistance in providing the best quality.
We are really looking to offer something different, which is an educational based opportunity for them from the time they begin as infants until they would leave us in preschool.
In the area we're looking to serve, if you have one infant in care, the average cost is $111 per week, which comes out to about $5,700 a year. And if you look at what the average household income is, that would be 30% of your income going towards child care cost. If parents make over $18,000 a year, they do not qualify for any state aid for child care. So there's a huge need for families that are just above that line.
The things I've observed are that families are having a difficult time providing a safe place for education to happen. It's interesting to see that families are more than willing to see the educational process through when given that chance.
It is not just about play, though play is part of learning. It's about providing language arts and science and math in a developmentally appropriate way, doing portfolios and assessments and doing tangible things to see how kids grow and improve.
We want to support the entire family, and when we say that, we are looking to offer things like parent forums so they can get together and talk about what's going on with their child, and maybe someone else is already experiencing that as well, and how to actually deal with that.
I am a teacher, I'm a professional, but I'm also a single parent, so I couldn't afford to send him to the nicer daycare centers. And a lot of the ones that I had seen, I wasn't particularly impressed with. Either there were too many children for the caretakers that were there, or the caretakers didn't have the credentials that I was looking for. The nurturing aspect was missing in many of them.
I would like, from the point that they start going, that they're learning and still playing, but not necessarily playing and watching TV, but educational play.
You can't count on someone else to be in charge of your child's education and in charge of making sure they get a quality education in their life. And so we just want to offer that from the very beginning of the child's life, so that in that first part, parents know and understand how to be an advocate for their children.
Most important to me would be that they're actually being good to them, treating them good, taking care of them the way I would take care of them.
We don't want our children to realize what they should have, could have, or would have done. We want them to be able to realize their dreams at a young age and to be able to work toward them. So we have to get those values instilled within the entire community, not just in one particular child.
Well, the community is key. Children learn based on their environment. So if you have them in a community where there's always negativity, that's what they're going to grow into, and that's what they're going to feel are their options. If you put them in a community where they see positivity and opportunity and options and learn the different things that they have at their disposal, then they start to look for those things, and then they enrich the community by taking that back and then spreading that on down.
The challenges for families in our neighborhood are that most families have to have two incomes in order to keep the family just living. And oftentimes parents will pursue further education, but by the time they get their education, their children are in elementary school or beyond. And so in those early years, when they have to have two incomes, they have to be able to have some place for their children to be able, that they can trust, and that they can know that their kids will be prepared to enter elementary school.
And so there are young mothers that they feel kind of stuck, that if they get a job to improve their income and perhaps improve their children's lives, then what happens to their child while they're at work? And so they feel stuck in between. Maybe my child is better off if I stay with them, but then they don't have the income or the sense of self-improvement that comes with working or with going to school.
Our goal is not just to be another place for you to send your children, but to help your children grow individually, educationally, and then also by partnering with other agencies or programs or opportunities out there that will allow you as a family to grow and improve everyone, not just your children.
As I've heard Angie and Jen, I really hear their heart about being connected with the parents, not running a program for families, not creating a structure out there, but to have relationship with the families, relationship with the parents, and understanding of the children so that they can really be of true assistance to the families in the raising of the kids.
Currently, Alpha is on its second year in development. The staff is in place, the board is in place. It appears that what we need mainly is a plan to launch the school, partner with another organization to where we can get that started.
It actually will cost Alpha about $6,000 a year per child that attends, including salaries and supplies and other things. So when you're talking about providing for low-income parents that can't pay that cost, there will be a big cost burden on Alpha to provide.
We need funds to get this thing launched. We need to partner again with an organization that either can help us in that way or with a structure or facility that we can do that with.
Those who can't provide financial, once we're up and running, volunteering, people's time, it's a resource that people don't tend to put a very strong dollar figure on, but yet and still it's a very important resource.
All of the people who are involved with it have histories of working with children. They know the needs of children as students and children as children. They're educators, and the organization is really dedicated to helping bridge that gap.
Really appreciate what Angie and Jen and the board of Alpha have been involved with over the past couple years, and I know their intentionality has been very real and has been sensitive, and I think that's extremely important in connecting with a community such as what Alpha is trying to serve. And that's our community in North St. Louis, and I think to have it involved in the neighborhood thoroughly, connected with churches, connected with families, is really bodes well for the future of Alpha.
And, I look forward to when we do have that first crop of kindergartners that have made it through Alpha's ministry, and watching those children succeed, and to be able to say we were a little piece of the backbone.